Jason. Okay, from Easy Content Units. Now, Easy Content Units, we have recently partnered with to incorporate all our programs, all our feeds from the UK and the US, to make it easy for affiliates to use our data feeds. Data feeds are quite difficult, to use. They need databases. You need to be a little technical as an affiliate to use them. As a whole thing to power up your website. So Easy Content Units is making it easy for affiliates to manipulate feeds, create content units, and manage data from a number of different merchants, not just one. So over to you, Jason.
Good morning. I've been asked to talk about protecting your brand and how data feeds can actually help to protect your brand online, and then a little bit about how data feeds can be used to recruit new affiliates and show you some of the work that we're doing with our content units and how they're used by affiliates. Just before I do that, a little bit about myself. I've been an affiliate for over 8 years, started off with a freebie website, net free stuff, which we built up to lots of members and then sold on. We did a variety of other things, betting, travel, and we had back in the day, the old merchant directory with everybody that's on, all the merchants on there and listed, and a bit of search engine optimization and lots of sales going through. And we thought to ourselves, actually, we can make this page a little bit more great by having a few products from the merchant, hopefully some of their best sellers or something like that, perhaps. So we looked at a system, or tried to build a sales system which would do that for us, and out of that, Easy Content Units was born. My job day-to-day is running Easy Content Units, dealing with members' queries, dealing with merchant queries, and data feed issues. So life would be nice and simple if data feeds were well built and daily updated and there'd be no issues, because then I'd have a nice easy ride. But still. So thinking about brand, your brand is probably the most important when you have an online business. It is your most important thing, really. With bricks and mortar shops, you might have one customer comes in, and if there's an issue, then that one customer might take a couple of people. But when you've got an online shop, and perhaps that's your only method of sales, that with the advent of social media and things like that, that one person who has a bad experience then pops it on their Twitter or pops it on the Facebook, and then their Facebook friends have all seen that, and it soon exponentiates, and actually your brand gets damaged far quicker with greater impact when you're online only than perhaps the traditional bricks and mortar store. There's obviously lots of ways to lose your brand equity online. The things I'd like to talk about are where your data feeds can come into this, and your affiliate partners, and perhaps how they, not knowingly, can harm your brand. Using data feeds themselves can help minimize some aspects of that, and that's what we're talking about. Before we go on to the how, we just think about what are the threats. If the data feed's not correct or you don't have one, obviously you have an inconsistency in your brand message. You might have inconsistencies in your brand image, and also the pricing that's being displayed on your partners' websites. This obviously leads to a loss of your consumer trust. On one site it says this about you, on another site it says that about you. On your own site it says something completely different. Where does your customers actually believe? Perhaps, so you lose a bit of trust there. Safety, if we don't believe you, then maybe they won't pop their credit card details in, etc. And obviously the customer journey isn't great if on one price, there's a price on one site, your price is something completely different. Obviously you're losing your brand equity, and then customers and revenues. So are data feeds the answer to some of these things? Yes, they are. The data feeds themselves can power your affiliate sites in lots of different ways. With product information, so your product names, your images, your deep links, making sure they work, the pricing, and obviously availability. Your merchant information, again, within the product data feed, there might be your logo, might be delivery information. If not, some networks, I think Webgains do, provide a data feed of their merchants, which also has all of that information within it as well, and a short description about what the merchant's about. And finally, voucher code and promotions. There's yet another data feed that can be provided, certainly from the networks, which have all your latest voucher codes, the validity dates, what the discounts are, and also promotional feeds as well. So data feeds can be taken all of those out there and popped onto your partners' websites. As long as your data feed is correct, up to date, then things of your brand are actually being represented in the right way. So your logo is correct, the pricing is accurate, Availability is accurate, as Lee said. Both of those two things do affect your customer journey in a very strong way. Deep links, as long as they're working, that's fantastic. If they're not, home page is not so great. 404 is even worse. An unbranded 404 page is totally bad. So it needs to make sure the linking's going the right place. Voucher codes and promotions need to be valid within their expiry dates and percentages or pounds off or whatever the valid thing is. How content units help? Well, just a bit before that, what we do for content units is we take everybody's data feed, we pop them into a system. The networks may do that through their content unit systems. Some networks have those, Webgains have one. Others do too. The data feeds go in there and then provide them back to the publishers in order to create a unit which sits on their page. This could be used to showcase some products, this could be used to be price comparison, and this could be used for many, many different things. Obviously, having the content unit built by the affiliate, pricing, availability, I keep coming back to those two things because those are the two things which bug me the most on data feeds. They extend the usage because typically data feeds are used by the more technical people, the Kelkus, making the great big, taking all the data feeds, popping them in there and then providing them as price comparison. But using the content unit type side of things can be used now by the Enneod affiliate, and we're seeing most of our members are those that have their blogs and have been able to write lots of content but have been unable to monetize that on other things other than banner links and text links. Now they can put some nice pictures of images on there showing the range of products. Fantastic. So there we are. Your brand is then presented professionally. It extends the reach of your affiliate program. More affiliates can use it, getting up onto more websites. Therefore, your sales will grow, and everything's hunky-dory, hopefully. Okay, you're making your products more accessible to more affiliates. Pure content sites, I say most of our members, I'd say probably 80% run some sort of pure content sites. I've got a couple of examples, so if someone can do some clicking on the links now, that would be brilliant. And I'll show how they're kind of being used. Yeah, that's brilliant, if you could.